currently occupying the position of the Human Resource Director at PVH Dubai, a clothing company with branches worldwide. And the next speaker, our third speaker for this afternoon, his name is Michael Ugu. All right. So Michael Ugu is an HR professional with over a decade multi-sector work experience, cutting across consulting, manufacturing, health services, and financial services, with core expertise within the HR value chain. At Cordial, he currently leads the people and culture team across the group and its asset management and security subsidiaries, where he is responsible for driving the execution of human resources strategy. Prior to joining Quadros Capital Limited, he has previously, Okay, I take that again. All right. Prior to joining Quadros Capital Limited, he had previously worked with Healthcare International Nigeria Limited, Seminole Bottling Company PLC, Lead Synergy Limited, Oceanic Bank International PLC, and Sovereign Trust Insurance PLC. He's an alumnus of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, and the University of Lagos, Akoka. He holds a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering and a master's degree in public and international affairs. Is also an alumnus of the prestigious Faith Foundation, having completed the Aspiring Entrepreneurs Program in AEP in 2009, an associate member of the Chartered Institute of Personnel Management of Nigeria, ACIPMN. Michael holds a gamut of global credentials, namely Society for Human Resources, Human Resource Management, Senior Certified Professionals, SHRM, SCP, from the Society of Human Resource Management USA, Professional in Human Resource International, PHRI, Senior Professional in Human Resource International, SPHRI, and Global Professional in Human Resource, GPHR, from the HR Certifications Institute, United States of America. Chartered Professional in Human Resource, CPHR, from the Chartered Professionals in Human Resource Association, CPHR, Canada. All right, so Jamie Pajoel will be taking on managing your career in new technology, while Varinder Sai will be taking on maximizing and excelling in career globally, how to build career across borders, while Michael Ugu will be taking on successful career transition, retirement, and succession plans. So right now, we're going right now into the next section, where we have professionals and personalities take us on the next phase of this career summit. Thank you so much. Can we give them that emojis, put that emojis in the chat room as they come in right now. Let me see who is online. I think Michael Ugu is online right now. So I'll have him on mute right now, and then just take his section, maybe while he's trying to wrap up his section, then we take the other two speakers coming. So let's put that emoji.
Thank you, Terry, thank you. Thank you. So we take Jamil now. Jamil, if you are online, can you please come up? Unmute yourself. Jamil, unmute yourself and speak to us.
Okay, so sorry about that. I was having an issue trying to bring it up. Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes, I can.
Okay, all right.
Yes, you can hear you, sir.
Everybody, good morning, good morning. Mr. Michael, good to see you here, and I appreciate everyone that have been here. I appreciate Adora. I guess she's no longer here with us. And for everyone that is making this program a reality, thank you so much for putting this program together. I had to be awake all throughout the night because if I try to sleep, I'll just see myself waking up by 8 o'clock. So I had to stay awake just to be here today. It's always a privilege to share information because when the information age and what you know is what gives you an edge. I might not know the level of knowledge that you have or the people that we have here, but the truth of the matter is that irrespective of where you are in life, we all still need more. We all want to grow. So thank you so much for the opportunity given to share. I promise you not to. I promise to share from my heart. Now, one thing I want to say here is that I am not going to be giving you motivation because motivation doesn't pay bills. I'm not going to be giving you moral advice because moral advice is for children. I've come to realize that for us to be able to make progress in life, sometimes we need specific instructions. And because when you see pilots, they fly not based on motivation, not based on moral advice, but pilot flies based on instruction. The moment a pilot refuses to take instruction, that pilot will land in the Red Sea. So if we must land and land safely, whether you want to whether it's about career growth for you, if it's about financial stability you want in life, it's about how to position yourself across the world, if it's about how to upskill and grow yourself. Sometimes what really is going to work for you is your ability to be able to take specific instructions. So consider this section for me, sharing based on my wealth of experience. I am one person who I've seen resources, I've seen money, I've been to places, I've met with people. And so there is one thing that you cannot Google. I mean, you cannot Google experience. And when Mrs. Adora was saying something about being able to learn from people, it's very, very important. You know, any opportunity you have to interact with people, try your best to pick their brain. And you see the idea of free things are for according to the word of the great Ubon King, it said free things are for monkeys, right? And so at every point in time, when a man wants a different result in life, he or she must come to a point where you're willing to invest in your growth. So I'm going to be sharing a few slides just to show you things, and then we take it up from there. Do I have the ability to share a slide, please?
Yes, you do, sir.
Okay.
I think you do, sir.
All right, thanks so much. Let me get to that. Where is it? Hold on, please. Now. Just hold on, please, everybody. Okay, let me try again right now. It isn't working. Okay. So can you see my slide?
Yes, we can see it, sir.
All right. So my name is Jamie Pajoel. Of all the things that I do, it's a privilege that I serve as the CEO of Vantage Group, and we are doing amazing work in Nigeria and across the world. But I'm not speaking to you today as the CEO of XYZ. I'm speaking to you today as Jamie Pajoel because I'm a brand of my own, different from my company. And my mission, my assignment in life is to do things that fosters human prosperity. And in that word, human prosperity has a whole lot to do with your success, to do with people being able to find clarity, has a lot to do with human capital development. And my story is quite interesting because I was born into a family where eating and feeding was by faith, right? And at the age of 10, my dad and my mom had issues. And so I was forced into the streets at the age of 10. And at some point, I was sent to the north to serve my uncle. And while in Bauchi State, I was treated as a slave, but without the price. And they didn't send me to school. So at some point, I decided to come back. And then my uncle's wife made a statement and said, "So you want to go back home to become a burden to your poor mother?" I went inside the room and I knelt down and I said a prayer. I said, "God, I don't want to become a burden. I want to be a blessing." That single statement was a driving force that has brought me to where I am and that is still sustaining me. That decision to become. At some point in your life, you will have to make that decision of who you want to become, who you want to be. And so coming back from Bauchi State, I went straight to my brother and I managed to go through school. And after school, we moved to Lagos. We rented a house and we slept on the floor for more than 6 years. And one day, I remember vividly, I took a pen and a book. I was indoor for a good 1 month. I was designing, I was trying to change the course of history. I remember doing a program one day, and under my name, I put international speaker. And when I posted it, people were laughing at me and saying all sorts of things. And I remember someone that I called mentor asked me to remove it. I said, no. You see, sometimes when you are convinced based on certain things, you just have to stand on your ground, irrespective of who is trying to get you to change your mind. All I was trying at that time was to deconstruct that which has been and to reconstruct that which should be. My journey can be described in 2 words: deconstruct and reconstruct. Deconstruct and reconstruct. The first time I made that decision to invest into my life, it was like a child's play. And all I can say today is that thank God I made that decision. Because when I look back, some of the things that I have done, some of the places that I've been to, for me, it can only be based because of those little steps that I took those years. And so I'm going to be sharing with you today, not as one who has read one book and coming here to give you motivation. No, because I've come to realize that motivation doesn't pay bills. Moral advice, it's a no-no. I'm very brutal when it comes to telling people the truth and hitting them hard. Because I've come to realize that until we make some certain
Okay, I think we can hear you again. So Jamie, I think you need to unmute your microphone so we
can you hear me?
Okay, now yes, it's good now. It's good now.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome.
So a little bit about me. I like writing, so most of my experience and the things that I have concept that I've been able to develop, I've put them in a book. And so I have a book, Workplace Leadership, Executing with Excellence and Leading from Within. My life journey has always been within the corporate sector. So I've had a very good experience traveling around the world and helping leaders to develop their leadership capital. And some of those privileges and those opportunities that I have had to train people was what got me to meet with President Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton in the United States. And the reason I put up this picture is that because I like to connect events. Because when a man has no reason to wake up in the morning, sleeping becomes very interesting. If you don't have a driving force, just like I had, you probably won't take some certain step. At some point in my life, what matters to me was just about global exposure. And I started working towards it. And then I went on social media, started making friends with people in different countries. Because I have a great communication skills, I know how to present myself, I know how to sell myself. And I mastered that skills by selling garden egg and orange, where I could always tell people to buy. So I grew up learning how to sell myself, learning how to sell my idea, learning how to sell anything. And so I'm a great salesman. And then I went on social media connecting to different people because my intention at that moment, was to be able to operate and build communication, build a relationship with people across the world. Remember my goal before then, I said I hosted a program, I put international speaker, and then people were laughing. All I was trying to do was to deconstruct. See, at some point, I bought the world map, different country flags, and I kept it in front of me. And every morning I look at it and I said positive things about me. And to today, it's still here. So I'm going to come back to this. So meeting President Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, for me, it was just through someone that I connected through Facebook. And for 2 years, she was watching, she was observing me, and we kept talking. I was able to manage that relationship. Not at any point in time did I ask her for money, just like many young people we do today. In fact, their first message to you is a request, which for me, it's very funny. And so the first day I told this woman that I'm coming to the States, and then she said, okay. And when I got to New York, I had a meeting with her. She invited me to a place where she stayed. And getting there, I realized that it was a place where, you can't go there without invitation. All these years, I never knew that the person that I was chatting with was just an influential person. She has about 400 staff in the United States, where she lives, senator goes there to eat food. Then she lives at the penthouse. And so right there, while we were talking, she picked up her phone and said, Jamie, I've been watching you, observing you, the things you do with leadership. I'm going to recommend you for a program. And then she picked up her phone and then she made a call. The next day, I found myself with President Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, had the opportunity to speak and share my experience. And that very day, I realized something, that we live in a connected world. And I practically built my personal brand leveraging on technology. I've gotten different invitations and opportunities to be at some certain places where if it was to be just based on me trying to build up a career and taking my time, using baby steps, I wouldn't have gotten there. And so this picture reminds me so many things. I've had the privilege of sharing my experience, was invited at Johns Hopkins University. For me, it was also a privilege to share my experience. I'm a recipient of State of Michigan Leadership Award. I'm just going to move towards what we have for today, and which has so much to do with managing your career in a technology-driven age. Don't focus on the topic, just pay attention to me, and then you're going to be able to grab wisdom. I used to be at that point in my life where so many things seem so uncertain, and waking up in the morning, you always have a reason to give up because of pressure, because of the things that I wish that I can do or I can achieve, which I wasn't able to. And so those things created a lot of pressure. Families, they are doing a job that I hate. You know, a lot of people are still at that stage in their life. But when I look at my life a few years ago and look at my life today I wake up with clarity. I have 101 clarity. I know what I should be doing. I am not guessing. I am not hustling. I operate from a point of peace. But it wasn't like that many years ago. But the truth of the matter is that anybody who can invest in his or herself will definitely become a great commodity. So for me, moving from where I used to be to a place where I wanted to be was that driving force. And to so many of us, the truth of the matter is that no matter where you are in your life, in your career, you want more. You want more. Whether you want more money, you want more influence, you want more opportunities to impact life, you want clarity. So at that point, no matter where you are right now, inside of you exists this hunger for more. You want a better things for your children. You want a better life for yourself. You want a better financial stability. But the problem still remains. How do we get there? I've come to realize that the problem most people have is not about words, it's about how. And so I've spent years upon years studying the how, not on the what. And that's why a lot of people that have the how, they knows the worth, will still look for individual that knows the how. And so when you're a consultant, the reason people come to you is very simple. It's because they come to you so that they can figure out the how. So if you look at everything that people are doing in this world today to be able to collect money from you, it's about teaching you how to make more money, how to build more relationship, how to get a job, how to position yourself, how to build a great nation, how to be a better husband, how to be a good wife, how to raise your kids, how to speak well, how to write well. So so much, I mean, we have created so much businesses around how to. And so I spent years and resources. I don't want to, Mrs. Adora was talking about being able to set a budget for training. For me, I don't think I have a budget because I invest and I invest all. Because my driving force was to get to that point where I will become an institution. I have to put up a slide just because image has, it's not a physical event. If it was to be a physical event, I could hold you for 5 hours and yet we look like as if we have not even started. And that's because a lot has been deposited. So it's very much easy for me to express, for me to speak with in-depth wisdom. And so the problem is on how do I move from here to there? That's the problem. I was telling someone the other day, I said, the problem is not money. The problem you have is how to make money. Because when you know the how to, you won't have the problem. And so I am one of the individuals that have been able to train myself, train my brain to be able to figure out how to. I make no boast. There is no challenge. I eat limitations for breakfast. There is no challenges that you can throw to me today that I can't find a solution to it. If a dog can be trained to go and open fridge and bring water and know which one is water and know how to open the fridge, because I mean, if for those of you that live outside of Nigeria, you will know that dogs abroad, I mean, they're being trained. You have service dogs. Even in Nigeria, I mean, you still have service dogs. And these dogs can do wonders. They can do amazing things. Now, if a dog can be trained to perform, to know how much more the human mind? It means that we can train our brain, we can train ourselves to get to that point where we can always find how to. I used to be stuck in life, but not anymore, because I'm at that stage where if you lock me inside right now and go away with the key, trust me, before you know what's happening, I'm out from that room. How I will come out, I don't know. But because I've been able to train my brain in such a way that the moment I encounter challenges, the first thing my brain will do is to switch. To be able to find how to. And that's because I've spent years solving different kinds of problems that has to do with managing relationship, problem that has to do with managing people, problem that has to do with figuring out how, problem that has to do with raising huge, crazy money, problem that has to do with taking an idea into a concept and into a business. So there's literally nothing that you can bring to me today that I cannot figure out how to. So wherever, no matter where you are in life right now, deep within your heart, you're thinking, how do I make my money? How do I build a successful career? Can you see my video? Can you see my video, please? Are you seeing me?
Yes, sir. Can say it.
Oh, okay. All
yes,
right.
we can.
So the problem has always been how to.
I just sent you.
Oh, okay. Send me a message. Did you send me a message?
A private chat.
Oh, okay. So hold on. I don't know why I'm not seeing it. If you have my number, please send me a message on WhatsApp, okay?
Just go on, sir. Just wanted to put you on the time. I think we're
okay, very important. Yeah, thanks so much.
On another 15 minutes. That's all I said.
Oh, okay. Go on, sir. Go on. All right. And so the truth of the matter is that the ability to know the next thing that should happen puts you ahead of other people, right? And sometimes when I look at the people, some people within the same career that I am into. The first time I came to Lagos, I mean, there's so many people that I was looking up to, like looking forward meeting them. But the truth of the matter is that within 2 years, I was able to achieve a whole lot of things that they were not able to achieve. And that's because I sat down and then I studied the things that they were doing. And then I decided to come up with new amazing concepts, right? One of them, I remember the first time we did a program in US, and then he sent me a message. It was like, wow, Jim, I saw your program, this and that. How can I be part of it? But this was somebody that when I first moved to Lagos, he was the person that I was trying to, connect with. And so sometimes I've come to realize that it's instead of you trying to run after people, just focus on investing in yourself, because anybody who develops himself will become a great commodity. And so I put up this and I said, when you lack clarity, you become a victim of options. It is true for organization. It is true for individual. It is true for country. When you lack clarity of what to do, clarity of how to do some certain things, you become a victim of options. I used to be at that place where, I cannot differentiate whether if I should be doing this or I should be doing that or I should be doing this one. But today, when I sleep and wake up, I have 100% clarity. I know what to do. And here is the solution. You see, most times we spend time thinking. You can never get clarity from thinking. Clarity comes from engagement. It's very important that you write this thing down. Clarity comes from engagement, not thinking. Clarity comes from engagement, not thinking. Clarity comes from engagement, not thinking. You get ideas through thinking, but you don't get clarity through thinking. Clarity comes from engagement. Anytime God puts an idea into my mind, in fact, I used to tell someone, I said, before God finished speaking to me, I'm already halfway towards getting the job done. And I've realized that I achieve more because it has helped me to become a doer. Clarity comes from thinking, from engagement, not thinking. Even as a family, anything that I and my wife wants to do today, we just say clarity comes from engagement. And so we get involved in doing that stuff, and in doing it, we get clarity. And if you feel stuck in life, sometimes all you need to do is to follow someone who has done what you're trying to achieve and engage yourself. For me, I think that's the secret of getting things done. If I want to do something today, instead of me trying to go find out how, I would just look for somebody who has already succeeded in that. Because the truth is that no matter what you want to do today, anything you want to start today, someone else just retired from it. And that's why you have things like retired generals. So if I can go look for a general who just retired, the general will share his or her experience with me, and then I will get to learn. So it will save me time and resources. And so for me, sometimes instead of trying to go figure out how, I will just look for that one single individual who has succeeded in it. And then if it requires me buying resources just to get access to that person, I will do it. Sometimes I pay money to just get close to people, not to even hear what they want to do, because I want to build that relationship with them. Because access is the greatest asset. If you have access to the president of the United States today or the president of Nigeria, trust me, there are a lot of things that you will get for free. There are a lot of things that you will achieve. And so I do things, I invest just to get access. And when I get access, I can present my case. So there is no longer excuse. It's no longer an excuse for you not to know. You know, when we're in school, one funny thing I always use is that they ask us to find X. As if we're the one that lost it in the first place. For somebody like me, I mean, how I was able to pass mathematics in school, it was only by God's grace. But that challenge of asking us to find something, to me, even in real life, is still valuable, because you are able to figure out how to make money, how to position yourself for global relevance, what you need to do. So that's those small things that we were doing then in school, you know, trying to find X, do these plus and minus in order to achieve a desired result. Those things are still valuable in real life, right? Because it's no longer an excuse not to know. In my coaching class, I told them, I said, there are some certain languages that you should not use. Number one, never you say, I don't know. Never you say, I can't afford it. Because these are vocabularies that we use that places the limitations on the human brain. You know, all these wise, you know, all these years, and I've been posting with Instagram, and I'm sure you too. But do you know you can post on Instagram using your laptop? We've always been using phone. But one day I decided to search, and then I went to YouTube, and I realized that somebody has actually solved this problem and made a video on how you can use your laptop to be able to post on Instagram. So what am I trying to say? We now live in a connected world where it's no longer an excuse for you to say that I don't know how. Because it's just a knowledge gap. You know, if you travel to New York City and you're able to go to 30 Rockefeller Plaza, on it is written something that is very powerful. It's a wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. And what that simply means is that we're in a knowledge economy where your stability in life, it's going to be determined based on your level of knowledge. And so you cannot function beyond the knowledge at your disposal. So how knowledgeable are you about the current trend, about the things that is happening right now? The pandemic hit us so much that some people who were not, some people even lost it. So many people lost their job. But the truth of the matter is this. Last year, March, during the pandemic, when companies are shutting down, we started another company. We employed more people. Stability knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. Knowing what to do is what puts you ahead of other people. We started another company. We started Vantage Migration. We started Vantage Certificate. Vantage Migration, as of today, in fact, as of December last year, as a new company, we made 30 million. In January, the company made 60 million just in 1 month. Knowing what to do puts you ahead of other people. So when you look at the world that we are into today, you will find out that it's a whole new paradigm shift. A lot of things has changed. It's no longer the same old ball game. Everything has changed. How we lead has changed. How we connect to people has changed. And so if you know, some people used to say things like, it's just me, that's who I am. No, there's a place of nature, and there's a place of nurture. And so as things are changing, you must be nurturing yourself so that you are also growing if you want to be relevant. All right? Because everything is changing. Technology is winning the battle. It's a battle between what has been versus what should be. And technology is winning that battle. And so how well you use technology to be able to advance your career matters a lot. So while we can sit here and talk about career, it's important that you also understand that there is something, you have a life, that life is more than working and paying bills. And so you have to be interested in you have to be interested in knowing how to leverage in technology in order to position yourself for global relevance. You know, I was asking someone a question the other day. I said, who told you that you must earn in Naira? Who told you that you cannot earn in dollars? You cannot sit in Nigeria and then you're earning in dollars. I have a lot of people that have passed through my coaching programs and trainings, and these guys are earning crazy money. Knowing what to do. All right, I have 5 minutes. I'm going to know. Knowing what to do puts you ahead of other people. All right. And so sometimes in your life, you start a career with baby step. I'm going to run, but you cannot scale up using baby step. That your dream career, you cannot get there using baby step. There is something that is called giant step. And you take that step when you are fully equipped, when you are armed with relevant information and knowledge. I say this, that you cannot scale up using startup skills, and it's very important. And what that simply means that you have to develop yourself. You must be seen developing and innovating in order to be relevant. I know how I can connect to anybody that I want today. The first time I had a chat, I sent a message to the Prime Minister of Canada. It was through LinkedIn. Just tell me who the person is. If I can't get to the person, I know the next person that knows the person. So if you go online right now and put in your name, what is it that is going to show up? You must understand that your ability to build your brand and make yourself to be seen is key. So you can no longer say, oh, my work is just office work and all of that. Outside of your job, who are you? It's a very important question you need to ask. If you cannot introduce yourself and say, I am HR person, XYZ company, take away that company, who are you? That's why if I said it from the beginning that I am not here as the CEO of Vantage Canadian College or Vantage Group. I am here as Jamie, and Jamie is a force to be reckoned with, both at the local and global level. So every one of us, we must be able to leverage on technology. Adora said so many things about the skills, and those things are valid and they are important. And I am here to just emphasize on why you must have to do so. As I end, there are 3 things that are very vital. If you truly want to, you know, I had a training recently for a group of CEOs, and I was teaching them how to build their leadership brand, leveraging on social interaction, because the way we lead has changed. Everything has changed. So you must be seen driving, developing yourself and innovating yourself if you truly want to be relevant. We're at that point right now where if companies want to hire, the first thing they do, I don't know for your company, but we do it. We just go on social media and check you out. Because what you do, or the things that we post, it tells so much about who we are. How do I know that? When you go on Facebook to write, Facebook asks you what's on your mind. The algorithm is so powerful that it's reading the intent of your heart, your mind. And so those things that you write, you're writing from, you know, the Bible says, I say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So the things that you have stored in your heart are the things that we write out there. So you must understand that technology has taken over. Technology is winning the battle. Adora said everything about it. Your ability to be able to use those tools and be able to drive your work and be able to position yourself for global relevance. A friend of mine got a job from here in Canada through LinkedIn. And you don't wait. It's better to have a skill and not need it than to need it and not have it. And that's one of the skills that you must have right now is your ability to master these digital skills that can help you to build a personal brand outside of your organization. Find time to drive engagement online. Find time to write inspirational things. Find time, those things that we do out there, right? It helps to build a brand trust, and we get brand equity. Trust is now a global currency, because when people trust you, they will buy from you. You know, someone asked a question during the last Adora section, talking about, you know, how do I make money regarding of age, my age and all of that. The truth of the matter is that age is just a number. If you know what to do today and do it today, you will make crazy money. And
very valuable.
All right, my time is up. So everybody, it's important that we understand that where we are right now, we are at that point where if you're not using these tools, these digital skills, if you're not leveraging on technology, you will soon become irrelevant, because the rest of the world is moving, and so we must move. Thank you so much, everybody.
Wow. So I really feel like not stopping you, sir. But I've been prompted that I actually supposed I've stopped you 10 minutes ago, but I was just like enjoying this section. I believe this has been power packed. If I had my emoji here, I'll put fire. All right. So this is so inspirational. And you want to put those. I think Stella says thank you so much, Jamie. You want to keep those. You want to keep those appreciation coming, please. This is really awesome. It's just so amazing. Thank you so much, Jamie, for this. I think personally I learned so much. I was just taking notes and screenshotting and taking notes. I believe everyone who's been part of this section have been able to do that too. Right? So simply amazing. If you are not leveraging on technology, I think they are living in the Stone Age, I think. All right, so he wrapped up by saying, okay, let me just quickly run through this quickly. What I just feel summary for the next 30 seconds. Said anyone who cannot invest in themselves will not become in a global commodity. Will not become it. Anyone who could invest in themselves will become a global commodity. All right, your image is not a physical event. Something you want to do very intentionally. You cannot function beyond the knowledge at your disposal. Start a career with baby steps, all right, and win with giant steps. You cannot scale up with startup skills. All right, this is so amazing. It's so amazing. Technology is winning the battle. If it's better to have a skill and not need it than need the skill and not have it. So this has been very power packed, very power packed. I'm so glad and I'm so excited that I'm a part of this section. Thank you so much, Jamil, for this